Welcome, Janet. We've been looking forward to interviewing you for this Agile Project Program Manager role. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here. I am very interested in this position.
We're looking for a project program manager with a strong experience in the world of Agile. So let's dive into the questions to understand your knowledge and expertise in Agile frameworks and principles. Is that okay?
Absolutely. I am ready.
Good. Let's dive into the questions to understand your knowledge and expertise in Agile methodologies and frameworks. 1. Understanding Agile. Can you explain the key principles of the Agile Manifesto and how they influence project management?
The Agile Manifesto emphasizes 4 key values: individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan. These values guide Agile teams to prioritize flexibility, collaboration, and customer satisfaction, ensuring that projects are adaptable and responsive to changing needs.
2. Agile philosophy. How do you incorporate Agile philosophy into your daily project management practices?
Agile philosophy. Incorporating Agile philosophy into daily project management involves fostering a collaborative environment, encouraging continuous feedback, and maintaining a flexible approach to planning. It means prioritizing the delivery of small incremental improvements and adapting to changes quickly based on customer feedback and evolving project requirements.
3. Scrum artifacts. Please walk us through the main Scrum artifacts and their importance in an Agile project.
The main Scrum artifacts are the product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. The product backlog is a prioritized list of all the work needed for the project. The sprint backlog is a subset of the product backlog items selected for a specific sprint. The increment is the sum of all the product backlog items completed during a sprint and all previous sprints. These artifacts ensure transparency and provide a clear understanding of the project's progress and upcoming work.
4. Scrum values. What are the core Scrum values and how do you ensure your team adheres to them?
The core Scrum values are commitment, courage, focus, openness, and respect. To ensure the team adheres to these values, I promote a culture of trust and accountability, where team members feel safe to take risks and express their ideas. Regular retrospectives and open communication help reinforce these values and address any deviations promptly.
5. Team empowerment. How do you empower your team members to be self-organized and motivated within an Agile framework?
Empowering team members involves providing them with the autonomy to make decisions, encouraging a sense of ownership, and supporting continuous learning and development. I create an environment where team members feel valued and trusted, which motivates them to take initiative and contribute their best efforts.
6. Managing Agile projects. Can you describe a time when you had to pivot quickly in response to changing project requirements?
In one project, we had to pivot quickly when a key stakeholder requested significant changes to the product requirements mid-sprint. By holding an emergency backlog refinement session, we reprioritized the backlog and adjusted the sprint goals. This flexibility allowed us to address the stakeholders' needs without derailing the entire project.
7. Facilitating collaboration. What techniques do you use to enhance collaboration among team members in an Agile setting?
Techniques I use to enhance collaboration include daily stand-ups to ensure alignment, pairing team members for complex tasks, and using collaborative tools like digital whiteboards and chat platforms. Regular team-building activities also help strengthen relationships and improve communication.
8. Sprint planning. How do you handle sprint planning and ensure that the team commits to a realistic amount of work?
During sprint planning, I ensure the team understands the sprint goal and the priority of the backlog items. We break down user stories into manageable tasks and estimate their effort collaboratively. This process helps the team commit to a realistic amount of work, balancing ambition with feasibility.
9. Retrospectives. Explain what a retrospective is and how you facilitate productive retrospective meetings.
A retrospective is a meeting where the team reflects on the past sprint to identify what went well, what didn't, and what can be improved. It provides a safe space for team members to share their thoughts and collaborate on actionable improvements.
10. Retrospective techniques. Which retrospective techniques do you find most effective and why?
I find the start, stop, continue technique effective as it provides a structured way for the team to discuss new practices to start, existing practices to stop, and successful practices to continue. This technique promotes constructive feedback and actionable insights.
11. Kanban versus Scrum. What are the advantages of Kanban over Scrum, and in what situations would you prefer using Kanban?
Kanban offers flexibility in handling continuous work without predefined iterations, making it suitable for operational environments. It focuses on visualizing work, limiting work in progress, and managing flow. In contrast, Scrum's structured approach with defined roles, events, and artifacts is beneficial for projects needing more discipline and frequent deliverables.
Scaling. How would you approach scaling Scrum across multiple teams in a large organization?
To scale Scrum across multiple teams, I would adopt a dependable framework such as a Scrum of Scrums to help provide guidelines for coordination, communication, and alignment across teams, ensuring that all teams work towards common goals while maintaining Agile principles.
13. Handling dependencies. How do you manage dependencies between Agile teams working on the same project?
Managing dependencies involves identifying them early during planning sessions, maintaining a dependency log, and fostering communication between teams. Regular sync meetings and shared tools help teams coordinate their efforts and address dependencies proactively.
14. Agile metrics. What metrics do you use to measure the success of an Agile project, and how do you use them to improve team performance?
Agile metrics. Key metrics include velocity, burn-down charts, and cycle time. Velocity measures the amount of work completed in a sprint, helping forecast future sprints. Burn-down charts track progress towards sprint goals, and cycle time measures the duration from task start to completion. These metrics provide insights into team performance and areas for improvement.
15. Continuous improvement. Can you provide an example of how you have implemented continuous improvement in your team or project?
In one project, we implemented a Kaizen approach, focusing on continuous incremental improvements. Through regular retrospectives, we identified bottlenecks and inefficiencies, implementing changes that gradually enhanced productivity and team morale.
16. Agile transformation. Describe your experience with Agile transformation initiatives. What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
Agile transformation. During an Agile transformation, I faced resistance from team members accustomed to traditional project management methods. To overcome this, I conducted training sessions, provided coaching, and gradually introduced Agile practices. Demonstrating quick wins and involving the team in decision-making helped gain their buy-in.
To our viewers or listeners who are listening via podcast or YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps us and it helps the algorithm. If you're looking to learn more about Agile in a pragmatic and hands-on way from trainers and coaches who have done this in the real world, we also have Agile 360 simulation program, which happens all through the year. If you have never been on an Agile endeavor from start to end, you don't understand product road mapping, you don't understand how the backlog gets put together, how story writing is done, story mapping, the retro, the review, maybe backlog refinement is something you're not even aware of. You need to be in our program. It's called Agile 360. So please go on down to 360.pmradio.org. That's 360.pmradio.org. It will be a pleasure to see you. Bye for now.